Dave Stubbs of the Montreal Gazette with my colleague and friend Pat Hickey, coming to you from the Michel Therrien press conference room after the Montreal Canadiens' 5-1 win over the Winnipeg Jets on Sunday night. Pat, a lot of concern this morning about the fact that Carey Price is out for about a week, it seems. But it also seems that this team is not just a club of Carey Price, because they played very well, and Michael Condon played well tonight too.
Michael Condon played very well. He's played very well every game he's played. He's got a 4-0 record, 1.50 goals against average, great save percentage. He's done it all so far, and I think the Canadiens feel pretty confident playing in front of him. And normally when you see a goaltender go in there, you change your game. You play a little more of a defensive game. That didn't happen tonight. I mean, they did do a good job in defense. They held Winnipeg to 19 shots. Jets might have been a little tired. They played last night in Columbus, but the Canadiens kept pushing on offense, and that's something we haven't seen in the last couple of years. They've scored 50 goals in 13 games, and their plus minus is something like 25 or 26, plus 26, the goal differential, and that's amazing for a team that we've seen the last couple of years had a lot of trouble putting the puck in the net.
The interesting thing about some of this too is that we had discussion that the line of David Desharnais with Thomas Fleischmann and Dale Weiss is the third line. You know what? I think that maybe these lines are a little bit gray, if you want, the dividing lines between these lines, because these guys are playing out of their minds. I mean, the game they played in Calgary, I think they were +9 combined. They played +9 again tonight. So these guys are playing really well, and I think that Desharnais finally has been put in a position where he's not playing against the number one line and the number one defense. He's playing, he said tonight that he's playing 13 or 14 minutes a game. They go back to the bench, the guys are rested, they go out, they go full bore, and they come back. And it seems like without that kind of pressure, playing against the best guys on the other team, they're able to do some things that are good, and there's some nice chemistry on that line.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a big factor this year, the fact that Desharnais not playing with Pacioretty, even though these guys, we talk about the chemistry they've had going back to when they were in the AHL together, right. But Pacioretty being out there always attracted the number one defensive line. Yeah. And so now Desharnais is a little bit freer. We know he's got great vision out there on the ice. We also saw tonight he took the puck to the net on the first goal. Didn't score, but then Fleischmann came in for the rebound. Later on, Desharnais took a shot. He didn't make it, got blocked, but he came back and got the rebound. So, he does have a bit of a scoring touch. He can score goals. He's still basically a playmaker. But right now, believe it or not, David Desharnais is tied for the team lead in points with Max Pacioretty, his former line mate, and the two defensemen, Andrei Markov and PK Subban.
I was kidding Darren afterwards. I said, hey, so what about the Art Ross Trophy this year? And he kind of laughed. And the thing is, he said, yeah, I know I went to the net, but he said, don't forget, too, I was going up against a forward. I knew it was a forward I was racing against. Yeah. So he said, looked like I had a lot of speed there. And then you get a guy like Paul Byron, who had to wait and wait and wait to get his spot. Yeah. Comes in finally, has played 3 games. Alexander Semin was probably the only guy in the building who wasn't cheering when he scored tonight, and that breakaway goal that he had at home in Calgary. So, again, tonight, he roars in. Once he hits warp speed, he's really fascinating to watch. And, again, goes in, scores on a breakaway, again, shorthanded. So I think I heard you in the dressing room afterwards saying, so the Canadian strategy now is just to take penalties to give you a shot.
Just take penalties, give him a shot. That's right. Yeah. It's just it's one of these things, one of the things they liked about him was he was a good penalty killer. And he's proved to be that. And not only that, but providing some offense out there. They've already got Plekanec and Pacioretty out there killing penalties, guys that have a nose for the net when they get the opportunity to go, and they go. And so that's just been a plus. This young man is really a big addition to this team.
A big small addition. What is he? He's listed as what, 158 pounds?
Yeah, I think something like that. He's not, and he's got the skinniest legs I've seen since Benoit Pouliot. But one of the interesting things, though, is the guy who's out of the lineup is Alexander Semin, and the number 2 line, they got a goal tonight when Andrei Markov banked one off Lars Eller's skates, but that number 2 line is still missing a guy. Yeah. They have to figure out somebody's going to play right wing. This was a problem last year. It's a problem going into this season. It's well and good to have Alex Galchenyuk playing center, but you got to give him some wingers.
Yeah. Let's wrap up quickly, Pat, with just a quick look ahead. The Canadians, it's a very busy week. They have 4 games in 7 nights. They've got 1 down now. They're home to Ottawa. Then they've got a couple more before the week's out. What's your take on this week?
Yeah, the Ottawa game is going to be a tough one. They were 1-3 against Ottawa last year. The Senators can be a big, intimidating team. They've had a lot of success against the Canadians. They did lose to the Canadians in the playoffs last year, but this is a team that always gives Montreal trouble. The Islanders, that'll be an interesting one. Yaroslav Halak comes back. Yeah. He still has a lot of fans in the city. He's having an excellent year so far. And then on Saturday night, it's the one that keeps all the hotel owners and barkeeps in Montreal happy. You got a Saturday night with the Boston Bruins and all their fans coming into town.
Yeah, I think there should be a law that the Maple Leafs and the Bruins are not allowed to play in Montreal on any night except for Saturday, because when their fan bases come in, the town is great fun.
That should be the rule. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Pat. Well, listen. Thanks for this. We'll look forward to coming back, joining you again after Tuesday's game. Again, we have the Canadians at home against the Ottawa Senators. They actually have earned time off for good behavior on Monday. No practice. So, Pat, you'll have to make something up for our papers.
I've done it before.
Won't be the first time. All right. Good stuff. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
All right. Good.